And then we came to Edge in the ring.
I couldn't wait to hear what you thought of this.
It's kind of like putting me in a Wendy's cheeseburger eating contest against stiff competition. You like what you're consuming, but by the time you get to the point where it's that much of it, you're sick of it. Is that kind of what you thought?
I have not been a big fan of Edge's promos for the last year and a half or so. So when he came out here, I was like, okay, let's give this a moment. He started talking in the way he does, and I kind of got pulled out of it. But by the time, and I'll let you tell the story, it got to where it was going, then I was really like, what is this?
This went on and on for very little reason, because they could have said, well, they could have said all the things they said in this segment quicker, but they could have said what needed to be said a lot quicker. But Edge came out, his 25th anniversary is next week in Toronto with the WWE, but he came to Calgary because it's been too long since he's seen those people, but also he wanted to say that next week he wants a match against somebody that he's never faced before. And I'm thinking, ooh, this could be intriguing. And then Sheamus. And what? And
was your first thought, really? They've never faced each other before? I feel like I've seen this guy wrestle everyone 20 times.
Well, no, my first thought was, I don't care whether they've ever wrestled before. I don't think anybody ever wanted to see him ever wrestle before. And then there was a long explanation of how that old Sheamus is the guy who got him back in shape for his return after a 9-year retirement. And then they showed footage of the long explanation of a bicycle ride that they did for Sheamus's YouTube show that convinced him that he could wrestle again. And he worked out with him before his Rumble return in 2020. And I wrote at this point, because he was there about 5 minutes before the top of the 9 o'clock hour. I said, well, Edge has taken long enough. By the time that he introduced Sheamus and the Brawling Brutes, it was the 9 o'clock hour. And then they showed tape of the bike ride, and Edge wiped out. And then they showed a picture on the big screen of Sheamus sitting on Edge's daughter's bike. And then they traded scripted witticisms and or put over comments and or snide comments. And Sheamus went into the story of 2004 when WWE came to his town and he met Edge, and they owe each other so much that they want to fight. Of course, that makes perfect sense. Brian, put him up. I'd like to you've made me a ton of money. I'd like to kick the shit out of you. I wrote, Jesus, everybody can speak here, but this is the longest, most boring reason for a match ever. In quotes, we really like each other and have a great history together, so let's fight. That's what, and then finally, they agreed to the match, they shook hands, and Sheamus told Edge he hopes that he wasn't making a mistake. And that took well over 15 minutes, did it not?
It took a long time. Edge was going a while before Sheamus even came out.
Well,
I don't know what else you want me to say. I mean, it was just bizarre.
I don't want them to say anything else, that's for sure.
It's just two baby faces, like, nicely agreeing to wrestle each other for no reason. Obviously, that match will go somewhere. Someone will do something. Maybe Edge needs to show him that he's not the soft bike riding guy that I don't know what the fuck this was.
I don't know.
The other brutes just stood there in the back like cheerleaders.
Yeah, why did they come out when it wasn't going to be? It's two baby faces, and they're talking to each other face to face, straight up. The other guys, when they come out, then maybe they're going to switch Sheamus heel, which might not be a bad idea.
Yeah, and the other two brutes are wearing like soccer shirts, and he's out there dressed like he's going to clean the sewer in like the 1870s. I don't know what this is. And then they're going to have this match. They're smiling at each other. The only moment you get anything is that very last moment where Sheamus says, hope you didn't make a mistake. Until that moment, it's like they were hugging each other, smiling. They're loving each other this whole time. Bizarre.
God damn it. Teach you to do something nice for me.